what kind of glass should we use? Is one of the questions we got here.
Yeah, it's Lou asking. Lou Bryson.
Ah, there you go. Lou, I'm using one of these for all the beers today. I like something that flares up at the top so I can get in there and get the aroma more than anything. One that doesn't have a hole in it, I guess, would be the biggest priority, or at least just one hole. Delicious, good. You can put it in a sleeve pint. Yeah, that's fine. It's American, very good. All right, we're just following along in the questions here, amusing ourselves.
Is this a similar yeast than you use in other ales, or is this a special American yeast you're using?
This is our ale yeast, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's got, I think it's got some ale character. I think I like the addition of the rye, and there's more wheat in there. We did have a wheat in the Dundee family a little bit earlier. This is not so much a retooling. We kind of went back, and started this one from scratch because it truly is a different beer. But this incarnation does have more wheat to it, and then again, it's got that hop note. Okay.
Yeah, and during the summer, I actually just the other night marinated some chicken in some of our wheat beer with just some fresh herbs, salt and pepper. Grilled it, turned out fantastic. So, if that's something you guys like to grill in the summer, really a perfect marinade. And simple as it gets with our summer wheat. Just some fresh herbs, whatever you got out back in the garden.
Did you do like lemon, like zest of lemon in there?
A little lemon zest. I actually have lemon thyme in my backyard, so it was
sweet.
Perfect with this. The lemon, obviously the citrus goes well with the flavor of this beer, so definitely give it a try if you guys are inclined to do that during the summer.
Those of you guys in town, I went last week with one of my English friends who from Briggs of Burton. They build big old brew houses. A lovely guy. And we went to the Tap and Mallet, and we had both types of mussels that they prepare, and we were drinking this beer, and it was pretty fantastic. Actually, that was a great pairing. So mussels and summer wheat for me. But.
Excellent. And we've got some folks talking about making shandies with fresh lemonade, and that's another great way to enjoy our summer wheat during the summer.
This would make an awesome shandy. Yeah, okay, I would buy that.
Cool.
What's the grain bill for this beer then?
It's 2-row malt. Okay, that's about, I guess it's 55% of the grist, 40% wheat, and about 5% rye. And that's it for malt. And then we've got the 3 hops in here: Chinook, Centennial, and Cascade. And that's, aside from the ale yeast, that's it. It's a nice, simple.
Why did you decide to use so high alpha hops for this beer?
I was kind of doing some reading. We were kind of going for the grapefruity citrus aroma, and from some experience I've had, plus some of the research I was doing, somebody said, okay, this combination here, gives you that kind of grapefruity. So we were trying it out. I know that's not a traditional use for those, but it's fun to play around with these, and we were happy with the aroma, so I think it worked.
Thanks, Lou. Lou's saying the hopping's good. Add some punch there. And definitely, if you're going to be in town, check out those mussels at the Tap and Mallet. Great stuff. Biggest mussels you've ever seen.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Jim's arms. Talking about the food.
Those are beer mussels.
Yeah.
Somebody commented about the style being, fairly benign. That's what we found too. It's an interesting style because it's very refreshing and I like it. But if there's not a signature to that style of beer, the American wheat, it can be a little plain. So I kind of like the addition of the hops to that for that reason.
So this has what, about 25 IBUs, something like that?
I think we calculated out at about 15, and it came out maybe a little higher than we were shooting. So it's 15 to 20, I think. I'd have to go back to the lab analysis to tell you, but right in that ballpark.
It seems a bit more.
Yeah. Could be, man. Could be. What's 18 on the site?
Do we have any other questions about summer wheat before we move on to our Kolsch style ale?
Yeah, I have a question.
Is this Kevin?
Yes, Kevin. Can you just talk a little bit more? I asked Pete earlier about the decision to move from the previous wheat beer beer, why you guys wanted to go with a new style, and how it differed from that original wheat beer on the Dundee line?
Sure. We're kind of balancing making the beers that people like and then also brewing some new stuff. The summer wheat, or just the plain wheat we had before, I think was the one we all agreed as brewers that we'd like to play with it a little bit. Again, in that American wheat style, although the style is fairly plain, we just felt that beer, it could use a little work. Around the same time we started talking about a summer seasonal, so it just seemed to be the right time. And rather than use that beer as a base, we kind of went back to the drawing board and said, okay, well, what do we want to do? It's not worlds different in the sense that they're both American wheats, but we upped the wheat, we added a little rye, we totally redid the hop bill to get where we wanted. So I think it's a different beer, and we as brewers are much happier with it. I know a lot of the folks that I've seen out in trade, especially these rock beer guys, we got to talk about those guys, seem to like it. So we kind of revamped it because I feel that it needed it, and it was time.